All right, everybody, it's your boy Genius out here at the range today, hoping that the sun will come out so I can do a little filming of some good shooting, which I know that's what you guys want to see. Before I get started with this video, as always, I want to extend an invitation for you to know Jesus Christ as your Savior. If you don't know what that means, again, as always, I know I say it every single time, but if you don't know what that means, as shocking as it is in this country that you might not, or wherever you may be watching from, reach out to me, ask any questions. If you've never heard it, say, hey, what are you talking about here? Share something with me. Maybe you have, maybe it doesn't make sense to you because spiritual things does not make sense to people that are not born again, that does not have the Spirit living inside of them, okay? So you can't discern that. You don't know what it means. I'd be happy to do my very best to share or answer any questions that you might have. Reach out to me in the comment section. Reach out to me, gsquaredtactical@gmail.com. And let's take care of that today. Today is a day of salvation. Allow me to share the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Out here this morning again, waiting for the sun to come out. Looks like it might. Smoking my cigar. Judge me if you will. People do. I believe that everyone has their own personal convictions, and the Lord will convict certain people of some things and others he will not. I mean, you know, it's up to him. It's what he does. I live by personal convictions, and I judge no one for what they choose to do. You just need to know Jesus Christ is your Savior. That's the most important thing. Be covered by the blood. So, I did a video, STR9F from Stoger, and I mentioned during the video that I was shooting some plus P, okay? And that every time I shoot plus P through, or plus P plus through a gun, I have a little bit of PTSD, if you will, okay? And because I had a gun that blew up on me. Now, I know that that's suggesting that there was some big atomic explosion or something, like a literal ball of fire and shrapnel all stuck in my face. Now, it wasn't that kind of blow up. When I say blow up, well, we'll talk about that in a second. So I said, everyone guess which one you think it was. I just had, it was an epiphany in that moment while I was doing the video, and I had a reason behind it. And my reason was, I was thinking like, okay, this would be curious, right? I would be super curious to find out what people will say. What would be the one they think blew up, okay? Because I get so much grief a lot of times about certain firearms that I may not like or care for in the comment section. I was kind of curious to know what people would say, which one they thought would blow up. And if someone guessed right, now I'm filming this video about, it looks like it's probably about 10 hours from the deadline, the cutoff, if you will, of 24 hours of guessing. If anyone guessed right, then you get to pick the next video that I done. And again, it was something I did very purposefully because I wanted to know what people would say. What did they think blew up, okay? And over the past couple of years, namely last year to last year in general, I've not had the greatest luck. Really, for the past 5 or 6 years, I haven't had the greatest luck with Smith & Wesson products, okay? And I haven't really cared much for a lot of the new releases from Ruger, namely the RXM. I like their carbines. I like, you know, their revolvers, obviously, their Mark series, okay? I don't dislike Ruger, but, you know, I don't think that the RXM is going to be the prodigy, the next big thing that everybody said that it was going to be either. And so maybe I might end up being right about that, because some of the bigger gun stores, 3 of them actually, very large gun stores within driving distance of me, not even reordering the RXM. They just sit on the shelf. So I believe I may be right on this one. We'll see. Time will tell. You know, withhold the judgment, okay? But anyway, put down the 9, Jamal. And so, so anyway, I was just wanting to know what people would say. All right. So as of right now, today, this moment, this hour, 10 hours in advance of the cutoff, I have taken everyone that commented, jotted down their their pick, if you will, and all of them was brand. Like none of them was like specific to a model of that brand, just the brand. Almost all of them anyway. And it was shocking to me that between Ruger and S&W, from everyone's guess, they encompassed about 89% of the voting public, you know. It was crazy to me that as much grief as I catch about some of the things that I've said, even if it's a small thing about Smith & Wesson or Ruger, that 89% of the people who voted, and it wasn't the normal suspects, it wasn't the people, a lot of them was people that I don't think's watched before. If they have, they haven't really commented. Okay, so it was crazy to me that Ruger and Smith & Wesson combined was about 89% of the vote. Okay, take that for what it is. You decide why that is. Okay, I did have one that said something about a Canic MC9. That was kind of shocking to me. I've never had any issues with Canics. I don't think that I've ever heard of one blowing up or anything like that. Anyway, as of 10 hours before the deadline, maybe I won't get to put this video up if someone guesses right. Okay. No one has guessed, so I'm going to tell what it was. Okay. Now, I have reviewed this gun since that happened. Okay. And the gun was fine. So I don't know if maybe some other folks had a problem with it and they did some things, changed some things. The one, because the second one that I done, they actually sent to me. This company sent the gun to me for the review. I put about 300 rounds through it. I even shot it suppressed. Now, you know, it was a little hiccupy shooting it suppressed, but it did not blow up. And when I say blow up, there was not an atomic explosion. Okay, it wasn't like that. I didn't catch shrapnel in the face. So what happened is I was shooting the gun, okay, not suppressed, and unbeknownst to me, the pins that retained the fire control unit were walking out. Didn't know it. Okay, I put the suppressor on the gun. I took maybe 7 or 8 shots. Okay, and again, unbeknownst to me, the pins were progressively walking out of the fire control unit until it got to a point where instead of just malfunctioning, the entire fire control unit, and I guess if it would not have been for the suppressor, you know, and the weight of that, it probably would have propelled violently into my face. Okay, there was a little bit of an explosion. I don't know what happened. I took a shot. I don't know where the bullet went. Could have went straight up in the air. I have no idea, but the entire fire control unit, slide, suppressor, and everything came completely out of the module and hit the brim of my hat here. Scared the piss out of me. Okay. And it was with plus P ammunition. Okay, I was shooting the plus P ammunition because, again, like I said, it was a little finicky shooting it suppressed. So I put some plus P in there, which it was rated for, and it obviously could not handle that. Now, with that being said, before anybody says anything, those pins were walking out. Prior to that, they had to be, because I only took about 5 shots suppressed with the plus P ammunition. Okay, it was the Grizzly from Bear Creek Arsenal, their little Glock 19 clone. That's what it was. That's what, quote unquote, blew up in my face. Okay, did not get harmed, did not get injured. I put it back on. I ended up buying some pins for the gun, and I put them in there. It actually was somebody else's gun, but we put some different pins in there and stuff, and ultimately it turned out to be the guy still shoots the gun to this day. But that's what happened. And again, they have sent me one since then, and I shot just standard powder ammunition through it, even suppressed, and it did fine. I have a couple of videos up on it. So don't know if I got a dud, or maybe they fixed some things. Maybe they got some roll pins instead of those solid pins that were in it. I'm not sure, but it was the Bear Creek Arsenal Grizzly. I thank you guys so much for guessing. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I hope you did as well. Nobody picked it, so maybe I'll do something like that again, and we can do these little games, I guess. Make it a little fun, spice things up, if you will, and someone gets to pick what I review next. Just come on. If you do guess right in the future, if we do these little things like this, don't kill me now. Don't you know? I don't want to. You know, don't say I want you to review a Barrett 50 cal. I might have to put some fine print in in the game. You know, at the bottom down there. You know, talk real fast. It's got to be under a certain price. Either way, again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Just having a little fun out here today, waiting for the sun to pop up over the trees. Again, if you cannot monetarily support us, Patreon, $5, $10 a month, there is no obligation. You can cancel anytime. You can also go over to our website at gsquaredtactical.com and you can pick up some gear. You know, pick up these hats. We have these Richardson hats. They're different colors, color schemes, and everything. We have shirts. We have cups. We have the little coasters, car coasters, keychains, bottle openers. Pick you up some merchandise, or if you just want to make a one-time donation, which we get the most of that, you can click on the 3 lines in the corner. Screen will pop down. Pick a tier. It'll have a pre-inserted price in that tier in the name your price box. You can clear that out, put in there whatever you want, $5, $10, $2, whatever. It is all appreciated, and it will all go back into the channel and reviewing firearms. Super thanks, we get that as well. You can do that, but if you can't monetarily support us, as always, hit the thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe, share with your friends and family. Let them know where they can find the best, most down-to-earth blue-collar gun reviews on YouTube. And thanks so much for watching, and to God only be the glory.